February 26th. One day, just about 27 hours after receiving my first COVID-19 vaccination. Very happy about that, although any placebo psychological effects, benefits that it gave me running yesterday seem to have faded today. Wasn't that quick, but held up okay. And I'm hoping, like everyone else, that these vaccinations can help us all stay healthy and bring back a life. But speaking of medicine and bringing back lives, I thought I would try to speak this week about my medical regimen in my post-heart attack era, since people have asked about that. But I will try to be more concise and not take 20 minutes to do it. Last week seemed terribly self-indulgent, talking about me for that long. So, yeah, I take 4 medicines every day. 4 pills every day. 4 pills or 5 pills? I'll talk about them this week. I'll start tomorrow with the first most common, aspirin. Good job, Mick! I am in Sacramento this morning. Let's see, it's Sunday, February 28th, and it was chilly start to the day, but I still got in 5 miles, 5.5, 5.6, more than I expected, which was great. So I was talking about aspirin, the first of my medicines. I take the mini aspirin, the heart medicine you find regularly on most drugstore shelves, and it's probably my favorite medicine to take, partially just a psychological thing. This stuff has been around and used for 4,000 years, basically derived from willow bark, myrtle, and some other things. Seems very natural. Hippocrates used it, I guess. And some people are skeptical the long-term impact it could have on my stomach. Perhaps aspirin can be hazardous that way. But as with many of the medicines that I take for my heart, and you may have been recommended for your heart, people will question it, the long-term impact of those things on other parts of your body. And that is something you want to balance, I suppose, whether you want to try to manage your heart health, your cardiovascular system through diet and exercise. But I was already doing pretty well, at least on the exercise, and tried to improve through diet. Wasn't sufficient. And also, I'm 60 years old. I'm 62, going to be 63 shortly. And so, my 10 or 20 year outside shot impacts from those things are different than if I were, 30 and I wanted to look at 50 years. So that's something you're going to have to research yourself with the aspirin, with all the drugs I take and will mention. But aspirin is my favorite. I go for the chewable because I don't mind the taste. I like it, and I got enough things I got to swallow with and drink water anyway. Talk to you again tomorrow. Hello, March 1st, coming in like a bit of a lion with some pretty harsh, strong, fairly cold winds, but I got a nice 10K in. Okay, so after aspirin, my next drug, let's talk about Atorvastatin. This has not been around for 4,000 years, just came along in 1985, so it didn't exist, wasn't in use when I graduated from college, so modern miracles. Atorvastatin is designed to improve your ratio of lipoproteins and offset or reduce the damage caused by bad cholesterol in your veins getting clogged up. The interesting thing for me about my Atorvastatin is I was originally prescribed a dose of, I think it was 1 20 milligram tablet to take every day about a year before my heart attack, and I resisted. I didn't take it. I didn't start it because I knew once I started it's a drug that you generally have to take the rest of your life. It meant I would have to give up grapefruit, and we have 2 grapefruit trees in our backyard that grow the most wonderful fruit, and I love grapefruit, so I didn't take it. And a year later I had a heart attack. And so now, instead of taking one 20 milligram dose a day, I take two 40 milligram tablets every day. So before you decide to just go the diet and exercise route, think twice. There's no guarantee, of course, that if I had taken that original dosage regularly that I never would have had a heart attack, but it's possible. It's hard to say. But anyway, Atorvastatins, trying to keep everything flowing the way it's supposed to. Talk to you again tomorrow. Tuesday, March 2nd. Just finished about a 9K on a new route that went pretty well. It was kind of cool and windy, but not too bad. Felt sore and stiff starting out, but finished okay. So, another drug, Lysonopril. This is an ACE inhibitor, so-called because it's used to combat high blood pressure. But the inhibition part comes from its tendency to, or its ability to combat a reflex in your body, or a condition in your body which constricts your veins or arteries, and thereby increasing high blood pressure, making a bad situation worse. This was patented in 1978, but not approved in the United States until 1987. So that's another medicine that I couldn't have had, wouldn't have been available when I was getting out of college. Interestingly though, Isenapril is, it's a synthetic compound, but it was developed in order to try to replicate chemical reactions that were discovered in a venomous Brazilian viper that was known for some time before they managed to come up with it as a medical compound. So not exactly willow bark, but does have its own natural roots and does help me keep moving. Has some of the worst side effects of any of the drugs I take. It does tend to make you dizzy, will give you lightheadedness, especially like if you've been lying down or sitting down for a while and then you stand up suddenly, and that's unpleasant. But some dizziness here now and then still beats dying. It is Wednesday, March 3rd, and out of nowhere, the weather suddenly got cloudy and overcast today. It rained most of the afternoon. They canceled Mickey's cross-country practice. So I myself gave myself a half-day rest and only ran a 5K. But at least it kind of let off now, and it's just, there was some light misty drizzle, but it was not bad. So the last drug on my daily regimen since 2017, when I had my first heart attack, is Presugro. This is an anticoagulant. I think it would be categorized as stops platelets from sticking together, which, helps prevent heart attacks when the clogged arteries get all jammed up and they refuse to let blood flow through. This is, I said yesterday that Lysonopril has an annoying side effect in the dizziness. Presugro has an annoying side effect that if I get any kind of cut whatsoever, it's like, I wouldn't say it's a major event, but it's a major annoyance because it will bleed for a long, long time, and it's hard to get it to stop. So like a shaving cut that would stop in 5 minutes will want to bleed for all morning and things like that. You never want to get a nosebleed. But Presugro, another recent invention, only was approved in 2009. So 12 years that it's been around. Technology and modern medicine keeping me alive and keeping me on the roads. If you have to deal with these things, be grateful. There's some skepticism. I know that some people don't like these drugs and argue against them and always want to seek more natural cures. Trust science, people. This is the best we got, and it right now is a lot better than dying. Talk to you again one more time tomorrow. Hello again. It is Thursday, March 4th, and I'm feeling great today. Not just because I just finished a 10K up to Sunset Run that went better than usual, but because last night I watched a video from Ali Schweitzer, who has joined me in jog vlogging, and it feels good to feel a little semblance of a community. So take that as your bit of inspiration and join us. If you need a little bit of motivation to get off the couch, grab your phone and make a jog vlog. Go out there once a week, twice a week, every day of the week. Go a mile, a half mile, 10 miles, what you feel like, but it feels good to be a part of that. And I will try to link to her jog vlog somewhere up here or down in the doobly-doo. And anyway, let's wrap up the week. I've been talking about my medicines. Those are the 4 medicines that keep me running and that I have taken essentially every day for the last 4 years. There are a couple more things I just thought I'd mention. Nitroglycerin I was prescribed after my initial heart attack, and I carried it with me everywhere for at least the first year afterwards, and I was instructed to take one of those if I should have feel a heart attack coming on, that strict that tough pain in your chest. Trouble is, I never get that. I didn't have it with my first heart attack. I didn't have it the second time my heart went bad. So I never know when to take it. There are days I don't feel great, but I've never felt like I needed to take that. So after 4 years, I never did take any. The only other thing in my medicine cabinet is some Acetaminophen, because you can still get a toothache here or there, or a headache. I gotta be in a world of hurt before I want to take it, though, because I figure there's enough odd chemicals, and I know everything is chemicals, but there's enough medicines running around in my body. I don't need to complicate matters further. But I do trust medicine and do trust science, as I've said. And I'm happy to still be out here most days. 9 weeks into the year, and I've only missed 2 days so far, so that's great. Hope your days are going well. Let me know anything that's happening with you, and I will talk to you again soon, hopefully. Don't forget to be awesome.